Hello again. Here we are. I didn't have anything for a sandwich, so I got ramen stuff. I ate ramen. That is the extent of my lunch today. That's okay though. I'm trying to. This will wash out. It's just being stubborn does this funny thing. Anyway, hello again. Oh, I just realized I should probably like restart this chat. Aha! Oh, people were chatting at me and I'm like, just kidding! There we go. Okay, we got 5 people on right now. Hello everybody! Guess what? I figured out what was my problem. Oh, it was so... I had to go and use my Google Foo. But I figured it out, and it turns out that for some reason, Streamlabs bot did not re-up on my chat as a moderator, so I need to have that to connect all my little widgets and things to do polls and stuff. So now I can do giveaways again, and I can do that poll that I talked about. The dress looks good, thank you! And hi, Yamneko, and hello to everybody, and welcome back. I'm glad you stuck around to wait for me to eat real quick so I could do that and come back. But yeah, anyway, so now I have my poll, and I can share that. It works. Yay! All right. Let's see if we can do this. Polls. We're gonna start this poll, and hey, it actually works now. Hooray! Alright, looks good. And because we weren't able to earlier, we might end up doing another giveaway very soon. So I have this beautiful sticker just hanging out right here on the side that I could not give away to anybody. So now I can give it away as soon as I deem it necessary to start a giveaway. Probably in the next 15 minutes or so. That's what we're going to do. Anyway, where was I? That's right. I was finishing this. Haha! Yes, ONS! Anything from ONS! Oh, Charmadine? I like the name. I like the way that it looks. I wish I knew how to pronounce it. I was talking to my fun illustrator friend while she was on. She was just getting ready to get off. And a little shout out to Hello North Star. I don't know if she's even watching right now. She mentioned that she might pop in just to say hey. But she did have other job to go to. So in any case, we were talking briefly and chatting. So she's very excited about helping me out with doing some of those custom emotes that we talked about. I can't remember the other one that we came up with while I was on stream the other day. I thought it was cute, and I thought everybody agreed, but now I don't remember what it was. Charmadine. Okay. Got it. But so far I've got those 3. Like those are solid ideas. And I really want to make them into stickers too, because I thought that would be really fun. Especially if you're sewing, and if you're into this channel and do some sewing with me, that would be kind of a fun thing to have on your machine. In fact, I haven't even put any stickers on this machine yet. That's gonna have to change. Just messing with this right now so I can get it all situated. Wow, everybody's voting! Hooray! So someone wants to see bloomers, someone wants to see a blouse. No, I got those 2, those for sure. The Not Today satin and the Wake Up iron. That's gonna be one, and then the other one was gonna be RIP needle. I broke a needle today, so it would have been very appropriate to have that as an option. Alright, so now I'm doing the other side of this armhole. I still have to do the other armhole, but we're taking it a little slow. Yeah, there was another one that we came up with while I was on the stream earlier this week, I think. Maybe it was on, was it on Tuesday? No, it wasn't Tuesday because I wasn't on Tuesday. Oh, we came up with one that was fun. And I don't remember. I might have to rewatch it or something to see where it was in the chat. But I am looking for ideas. My boyfriend suggested just having an emote with my my little Lolita in silhouette girl. Something. Not sure what it would be yet. Okay, I gotta make sure nothing bunches underneath. Have you ever done that? Where you like start sewing and everything is bunched up and you don't realize it and then you have to pick it all out? That's so annoying. But I was talking to my dear friend, Hello North Star, and I offered to have her over for a little sewing session and like a streaming thing. I thought that would be really fun since she's already on Twitch and we can just go ahead and advertise to both her followers and mine. And we can work together on something. She does sew a little bit, but she hasn't done it in a while, she said. And I thought it would be just really fun to walk her through the process of how these things are made. If she's interested. I don't know how deep we're going to go down the rabbit hole of sewing with her, but it would be fun just to have her over in my studio, I thought. And she's the one that's going to be responsible for making my emotes in exchange for a lovely garment that I will be making for a very special person. I think I've got a really nice couple choices of fabric that we can make something out of. So that's going to be fun. And that'll be an on-stream sort of adventure. Yeah, you checked her Instagram, right? Yeah, she's super nice. She's local around here too, so we know each other in real life. We met, we went to the same con and hung out, and I dressed her daughter in a Lolita dress, and I told her to go and show her mom because she's all about that Lolita dress stuff. See, that is what you want your inside to be finished like. It's fully lined and it's all in between the lining and the shell. So no raw edges. It looks very nice. Now we gotta do the other side. It's really cute. Coming out nice. I hope my client will be pleased. I love the way these sleeves came out. All poofy. Yeah, Wednesday, I think. Oh, it's awful? Was it you saying hi to everyone? Ideas? Oh, maybe that was it. Something about a greeting. Yeah, I think that was it. It was something about the way I greet someone, the way I greet everybody, or yeah. You're onto it. You got it. So what was the Wednesday, I think, and ugh, yes, and it's awful. Yamneka, what are you talking about? What's awful? Tell me what's going on. What, maybe it was something that I was saying and I totally already forgot what it was. The bunching! Oh yeah. Oh jeez. When the stuff bunches. Okay, I knew I forgot it. It was something that I said and I just completely forgot about it. Yeah, it's awful. That is not a fun time. You're gonna have a bad time, okay? Where did my things go? Where is my armhole? This is a little bit of what I like to call fabric origami. Oh, I just gotta get it all situated the right way. Just have to get this going. At least I know that I can match the seams. Seems like I can match the seams. So that's pretty much my guideline here. Just start at one seam, go to the next one, and then go on the other side and do it that way. Why is my needle in my pin stack here? Does not make sense. So what do you guys think of the name change? Was it a good call? Because I kind of think it was. I felt kind of bad every time I had to explain that my name looks like this, but it's spelled like this, and then people might look confused, and there were instances where people were trying to message me and they messaged the wrong lunar crystal, and it was just kind of to that point where I'm like, yeah, maybe it's time for a change. I've been thinking about it for a while, but dragging my feet on it, so I think it was finally a good call. Okay. Pin, 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 pin. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to go with it. Do you want me to change my Instagram tagging to @MissCarolBelle? I think you did tag me, and then you said @LunarCrystal on Twitch, which then led to somebody else's thing. But if you want, yeah, actually that would be very helpful if you could do that. I'll go ahead and take you up on that. And of course, I loved that you tagged me in that photo of the sticker on your machine. That was really, really sweet. So thank you again for that. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you're happy. It's so funny, every time I look on Facebook, because this also broadcasts to Facebook, though if you're talking to me on Facebook, I can't see it. But it's funny because every time I broadcast and it goes to Facebook, my mom, like without fail, will always like my video that I post. It's pretty sweet, actually. I love my mom. We may not agree on everything, but she's always been pretty supportive. And I think I did talk to her, or I talked about her on stream a few times. That eventually I finally begged her to show me how to sew a thing that I can wear. And after much cajoling, she did. And so I credit her for my humble beginnings in this career that I've chosen for myself. She's the one that sent me to school. I may not have finished school, but I sure learned a lot. I mean, I finished school now, but I loved it enough that I stuck with it and decided that this was what I was gonna do. And I was gonna get good at it. Okay. Should be good for now. My mom likes and comments on my stuff too, even if she doesn't get it. Yeah, I don't know if my mom is like all on board with what Lolita is. She's not American, so she doesn't, I don't think she has the context of the same idea. She just knows of it as, it looks like Alice in Wonderland and has nothing to do with being a nymphomaniac. So she's okay with it. She just doesn't really understand why I would dress up like this all the time. She's a conformist. She's also ultra conservative, so there's that. But she also has these weird tendencies where she's okay with certain artistic aspects that both my sister and I would share. So I don't know, it's always kind of weird. My great-grandfather was an artist, so there was like the artist thing in my family. That was like what we were. We were a whole bunch of artists. My grandmother is a poet in Argentina, but my great-grandfather was a famous sculptor in Argentina. And if you look up any of the giant monuments and statues and bronze castings that they have in the capital, which is Buenos Aires, most of the time they were my great-grandfather's. And you can find him as I forget which one was his first name and which one was his second name. So it was like Jose Santiago Chierico, and that's an Italian name. I could spell it for you in the chat if you are curious to look up who my great-grandfather was. But I attribute the artistic side of my life to basically genes and his influence on my whole family. Very, very artistic. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Hey, Ben Coco. Hi, Grace. How you doing? Did you get your sticker yet? I imagine it might take a little more time to get over there to Scotland, but I did send it out. So let me know when you got it. Melon got hers. She's in Canada, so I imagine that's a little closer. So how you been? Haven't seen you in a little while. My grandparents were gangsters. That's amazing. That's like some really good conversation piece right there. I love that. I mean, I'm sure they didn't do great things, but still, that's interesting history to have for sure. Okay, I'm gonna get this going. If we get just a few more people in the chat right now, then I'll go ahead and start the giveaway. I'm looking for a certain number. Usually I like to aim for 8 or more, so if there's 8 or more people in the chat, I'll start a giveaway. Did it break? Oh, it bent my needle! Guess what? Guess what, guys? Guess what I just did? It didn't break! It didn't break, but it's dead. Just totally bent it. Yeah. This is why I have so many. Oh, good. I even kept my sharps container close by. Just in case. Wrist needle. We'll have that emote soon. That's going to be a thing. I promise. Alright, so I'm just going to bring this. I think I have like 3 packages of, I don't know how many are in here. How many came in here? 10 pieces? Yeah, I think I bought like 30 of the size 12s. Anywhere between 12 and 14 is your standard, medium, or regular weight size. I do have a bunch of really smaller than that. I have 9s for like my really lightweight stuff. I'll just leave that there. All right, new needle. So it's Friday, guys. What do you think about that? Friday's pretty cool. We like Friday. Of course, it's like for me, I think every day is pretty chill. Like my long days are Mondays because I have to drive up like a 45-minute drive to get to a class that I teach. Oh, that's right. I still have to do that thing. I have to update my pattern for the class that I'm doing. I have to extend that stupid band collar. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? I'm pulling out this pin because this is a problem area where it's like it's not feeding as easily, so it gets caught. Because usually the reason why you can sew over pins is because the stitch length allows for some leeway, some margin of error. So most of the time you're not going to hit a pin because it's such a small width. But when the feed dogs aren't moving the fabric as much, there's more of a chance because the stitch length becomes smaller. And there's less area that's covered with every stitch. But anyway, enough of that. We're just going to go with this now. Yes, I got it on the 5th. It was lovely getting it. I was having a bad day as my mom would have turned 60 years old. Receiving your lovely card and sticker made my day. Thank you so much. You're welcome, and I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to hear about your mom. But I'm glad that I could brighten your day a little bit with that card. I do like sending lovely stationery with my gifts. It's one of the things I try doing. It's kind of why I wanted to do like a little letter exchange, pen pal sort of thing. Oh no! Guess what? I broke another one. I'm on a roll today. Holy crap. This almost never happens, guys. This is like a lot. It could also just be that these needles are not very expensive. Holy crap, guys. Look at this. It's crazy. Let's fish that guy out of there. Yeah, it's not gonna shatter. It's still attached to the thread. I will put it in here. That is so funny. And now you know why I have so many. Come on! Get out! Like, these needles are like, no, we don't want to be next! Practicing cursive! Wonderful! Yes, I do like my cursive. And it's just natural to me. I always practice it every time I write anything down. Except when I'm writing something that I know is important and somebody else has to read. So I've taken to doing like block letters for certain instances. But for the most part, if I'm writing a note, it'll be in cursive. And if you can't read it, too bad. My writing is legible if you can read cursive. That is too funny. Alright, well, I don't need that pin anymore either. Come on, thread. Alright. I thought your cursive was really pretty. Well, thank you. I'm glad you did. Most importantly, I hope it was legible. Yeah, that's another thing I get from my mom. Is a penchant for writing in cursive. There we go. Okay, I think that's the last armhole, and gosh, we're getting there. We are getting there. I think that's almost all of them. I always save things like that too. I'm a pretty sentimental person. Yes, I save all my cards and all my letters. I've saved every letter I have ever gotten from Lolita Pen Pal. So if you take the time to write to me, even if it's on regular stationery, but especially if it's on like really nice like graphic stationery, I will put it in my keepsake box. I have 3 of them. 2 of them are full, but I keep everything. I can't get rid of that stuff. There we go. That's a very nice finish. Oh no! Oof. Got a little et. Let's see if that's gonna affect. Maybe I can block it out. Might be okay. I think we might be okay. It's on the back. Okay, can't really tell anymore. Alright, so that's alright. Ooh, it just pulled some of those threads in the fabric itself just a little. But I am sort of moving it back into place and it's not as noticeable anymore. So I'll press that out when I get to it. Oof. That's okay. It's not bad. Okay, we're okay. We are okay to go. All right, name that movie. Okay to Go. What did I just quote? Okay to go. Okay to go. Okay to go. I'm okay to go. See here. I always save things like that. Yes, my writing sucks big time. Aw. Oh, you got it! You got it! Wonderful. Good job. I don't have anything to give you though, but good job. Oh my god. I want to nab some fabric to save so I can commission you. Scouring eBay for kawaii stuff. After Christmas, maybe for my birthday, I'm going to order from Modes for You. That's awesome. I'm sure they'll be very happy to learn that I've incited all of this sudden interest in their store. Not that they needed it, because a lot of people already know about it. But I have mentioned that I have a lot of people over here that really like your store. And then I'm hearing now from you guys, like, I'm going to go to Modes for You and buy that fabric. And I'm like, yeah, they'll like that. That's probably something they want. I'm also a Katya fan. Katya? Am I missing something? How's that poll going, by the way? She's a drag queen who loves contacts. Oh, I see. All right, let's see what our poll says here. So far. Yes, I see. All right, I'm going to close this poll. Last minute votes can be put in. There are only 4 votes right now, so if you have not yet voted, go ahead and do so now. And then I'll close the poll and see what the results are. So far, I'm seeing a pretty clear winner, but there are only 4 votes. So if you're in the chat, go ahead and add cast your vote to what you would like to see on this channel. The options are: do you want to see bloomers being made? Do you want to see my blouse being constructed, which I actually have to fix the pattern for? Anything from the Otome no Sewing pattern books, of which I have all of them. Also fashion illustration, and that I need to practice, so it's gonna be basically training wheels time, but still, I've done some fashion illustration and I like doing it and I want to draw again, so there's that. I have a whole bunch of markers that I can use. And then the last one is anything from the Gosurori books. So those are also pattern books that came out before the Otome no Sewing books, so they just like re-envisioned their publication into Otome no Sewing. But those are more old school, and I have a pretty sizable collection of those. So those are your options for casting your vote. So if you want to, if you haven't, and you want to, you can do that. Okay, guys. This top is getting put together. Next thing I need to do is add the skirts. So first thing, I have my skirt shell here, and I have the lining. These are gonna have to get overlocked once I put them together, just to keep it a little bit more stable. So I'm gonna start with the lining portion. And the way that I like to do this, you may have seen me do this before. I'm going to add the skirt with the right side going this way, but first I need to do some machine basting, and that's going to help me get everything gathered up here. Made sure that this was pretty much the same length as the shell, so there's not going to be too much added volume. Yeah, this is a really nice satin. It has this matte back, and it's a little thicker than what your costume satin would be. Ooh, talking about films, I found your Alice in Wonderland film. I watched it. I burst out laughing as Ringo as the Mock Turtle. It was cool seeing Roddy McDowell as the March Hare. Yes, I'm glad you liked it. I told you it was a star-studded cast, and I forgot that, yeah, Ringo Starr is the Mock Turtle. Also, John Stamos is in there with, what's his name? Harvey Keitel was also in it, and the White Knight was what is his name? He was on the Carol Burnett show, and he was pretty famous for being on there. Yeah, so lots of, you know, the golden era of Hollywood people in that whole production, and I just adored it when I was little. And of course I have a copy, and I love to watch it still. So, okay, I'm gonna split this into sections, the longest section being my center. So I'm just gonna find what the center of the front panel is and make pull string sections here. It really was. It's very interesting. And of course Steve Allen himself, and Irwin Allen did the music, or Irwin Allen was behind the production. Steve Allen did the music. Not related. They are not related, I don't think. I'm going to leave a little bit of room here. Okay. We're going to do some basting. It means I'm putting it at the highest stitch length. And no back tacking. We're just going to go for it. It's going to be a little loud. Alright, so I think everybody cast their votes in, and I think it's done. So it's been about a half an hour. I'm going to close this poll and see what the results are. Looks like bloomers, guys. Alright, I guess we're doing bloomers. Ah, come back. Leave this in my lap. Bloomers are fun, and I actually still have the pattern for the bloomers that I had made before, and they have cute little pin tucks on it. I'm sure I can add some embellishments of rows of lace. I made them and I sold them. Those are some of my fastest selling pieces. They're long bloomers, so they do hang from just below the length of a skirt. So they're the kind that are meant to be shown a little bit on the bottom. Okay, so here I'm just going to go to the center. My favorite kind. And they are an official pattern from Baby the Stars Shine Bright. You ever notice that those brands don't really sell too many accessories like bloomers? They have blouses, but most of their products revolve around having a printed dress. So shoes are hard to find, purses are hard to find in variety, and so far I've taken to just looking for alternative things on places like AliExpress. I found some really cute stuff on there. I don't think I've bought shoes, or I have bought purses, and I used to sell these really cute vintage purses. I had one, and I used it so much that it wore down, but I loved that purse, and everybody complimented me on it. I love finding third-party stuff that I just like, and turns out other people like it, and then they ask me where I got it, and I'm like, I have a supplier. But bloomers and stuff like that are super hard to find. So I guess it's just up to us to make it ourselves. I guess they assume people buy basics from Bodyline. That is also an option. I have seen this. I have purchased my shoes from Bodyline. Though I have taken to going for a more mature Lolita look these days. So my shoes that I wear are a little less ostentatious, more kitten heel rather than chunky, but still vintage looking. I love T-straps and Victorian boots and things like that. I love American Duchess. If I could afford some of those shoes anytime, I'd love some of those. But you know, one must accommodate, you know, what you've got. So, like the thing where I don't wear thigh highs. I just don't prefer them. Thigh highs or knee highs, I think those are a little too juvenile for me. And I like the cut of the dress, but I like to wear full stockings. Yeah, shoes and bags, right? I'm still looking for reasonably priced mature shoes. Honestly, I find a lot of them on Amazon. I think some of my favorite pairs of shoes I've purchased for $30 or less. And some of them are actually quite comfortable. Neat. Okay, we got this basted. It's basted like a turkey. Well, not that kind of basting, but you know what I mean. I'm sure some Lolita mom's wearing rocking horse shoes, but man, I have stuff to do. I know, right? So the shoes that I like to wear, and actually I'm wearing just plain nylon pantyhose. I don't know if you can see my shoes. I don't think you can see my shoes, but I just wear these really comfy wedge heels that are like China doll style. I got them because my feet were killing me in Tokyo, and I had to get like a different pair of shoes that still went with my outfit. I was dressed head to toe in Lolita. It was a Baby the Starshine Bright dress that I had just bought, and I was wearing like some bodyline chunky heels. So I ended up going into a shop of discount shoes and ended up finding these really comfortable walking shoes. And I've pretty much worn them all the time for my casual shoe. These are my casual Lolita shoes. Okay, marking my center so I can match my centers. Yeah, go to Amazon and see what you find. Sometimes you'll be surprised. You can. I look for things like Mary Jane's with maybe like a 1-inch heel, or I look for T-strap vintage looking shoes, things like that. Matching my side seam. Wait, that is not my side seam. That's my side seam. A little bit more in the waist, so I gave it some more volume for that reason. Antina, yeah. RHS. Wish I knew what that was. Is Antina an option for you? They have some pre-made on Amazon. Oh, I didn't know they were available on Amazon. I see sites like Minky Shoes and My Lolita Dress charging $60 or $70. I mean, those are for the rocking horse shoes, right? I don't really care for those. I just like basic, walkable shoes that I can just wear out and not be cringing after wearing them for a half hour while I'm walking around a store. Yeah, I have rocking horse shoes. I mean, and do people still wear them in the fashion? Because I've seen a lot of more toned down, low-key sort of heeled shoes, like the ones that I was describing. Poetic License is a brand that I've seen. Also, Hot Chocolate Designs. I've seen some of their shoes, and they're more like a funky, cute sort of style, but they have some really cute heeled shoes that I thought were really cute, which I just said twice. I'm sorry. Anyway, all right, we got to bring this in. Let's bring it in. Bringing it in. Let's see, which side did I Did I do it on the top or did I do it on the bottom? I think it was the bottom. So I'm trying this new method that I've kind of discovered, not really. I'm just drawing these strings and then I'll adjust as I go when I'm at the machine. I'm trying to figure out ways of saving time. So here we have it super tight. Because gathering in a production setting is not something easily attainable without proper equipment and lots of skills. So I am attempting to adjust my own production method so that I could just do this as quickly as possible. That's my whole thing. I want it to be lovely and I want it to be done quickly. Like, how long have I been working on this dress? Since last week. I mean, granted, I'm only giving it like a few hours a day and I'm constantly distracting myself by chatting, but that's my fault. That's not your fault. Still, trying to do this fast. I think I'm still on time. Today's the 8th, right? Okay. Super drawn. For tea parties, a little bit. Oh yeah, I want to get more old school kind of stuff. Ah, that's fair. That is fair. Wonder what AliExpress has. Actually, just out of curiosity. I wonder if you look for rocking horse shoes on AliExpress, what it comes up with. All right, I'm gonna start. So I am not taking the time to adjust this until it is under my needle and ready to go. I'm gonna start at the edge. I want it to be close here. Just making sure it's going the way that I need it to go. I'm gonna start it. Okay. See if you can come down here and check out what I'm doing. See if this makes any sense to you. We're gonna do the headshot. Okay, can you see that all right? So I'm just pulling this out now while my needle is down here. And I'm watching the underside until it stops bowing. It looks pretty evenly distributed, and if it's bowing on the top, then I'll just give it a little bit more of a fold. See if this works. Okay, I like it right here, so I'm gonna pinch this part, keep it really nice and tight, and make sure that these are lining up. So good. Okay, so now we're on the next section. You'll get to see what I did here. Just pulling out these drawstrings. It's all bunched up right now, but This is my underside. I'm just gonna ease it out here. Just taking it a section at a time. It's gonna be tedious one way or another because it's a lot of gathering and there's really not really an easy way to get a set space gathered in another set space. There's a lot of special equipment and lots of skill that goes into doing that in a factory. So this is the next best thing that I've got. Okay, so I like this, so I'm going to go ahead and start here. Smooth this over a little bit. So I'm attempting this before I do it on the shell portion. See if this works for me. And if it's too loose on the top, I do have the option of pulling that string a little bit more to regather. But I think we're okay. I just need to get this going again. So. AliExpress search just gave me a ton of children's rocking horses. Even if you put in shoes? Really? That's weird. Sometimes their search terms can be weird. Like the way that I would have to find Venice lace. They don't call it Venice lace, they call it water-soluble or chemical lace or embroidery lace. It's all kinds of funny names for things. Okay, I'm gonna... right there. Okay. That's so weird. My next big project is wine red, so hopefully I'll have shoes to match. Ah, I see. I see. Do any of you ever watch any of those Chinese dramas that they have on Netflix? Like, they have a lot of Chinese fantasy dramas right now. One in particular called Ice Fantasy, of all things. With it opens up with a character that I swear looks like a Chinese Legolas. I like the idea of the Chinese fantasy genre. I think that's pretty interesting because I like multicultures. And I like what the Chinese have as their version of fairies. They have, like, there's a movie that has Chinese fairies, or what their idea of fairies are, which is pretty neat. There's another one called Eternal Love that I started watching. It was kind of hard to follow, but I had to look up the book that it was based on and read a little of the synopsis and also go into some of what Chinese mythology they were referencing in a lot of it so that it made more sense to me. But, you know, stuff like that. I like exploring Netflix sometimes and finding things like that just to give it a try. Not all of them are winners. Some of the CGI is, like, kind of painful. I don't have Netflix. Oh, that's too bad. I've seen a few trailers, but my anime list is so long. Yeah, I see. I get what you mean. I have very particular anime that I like to watch. I haven't caught up with Fruits Basket. I love Fruits Basket. I watched the original. It was all sad they never finished it, but now they rebooted it. The reboot is everything. I agree. I love Fruits Basket. That's my kind of anime right there. It's so cute. I had to read ahead though to find out like what happens to those main characters. And yeah, I'm not going to do any spoilers because that's not right, but I was very happy to find out what I did. I'll just say that the cat is my favorite. I think that's pretty obvious though. I love cats. Cats are my life. My cats are my life. I love my cats. Let's see. I love it. Such high quality, and the thought we'll get an ending makes my childhood self happy. I like a lot of everything. Lots of children's fashion based idol anime. Oh yeah. Hattori the dragon and Ayame the snakes are my favorites. The snake. They are pretty cute. Because he's a sea dragon. They don't have dragons, so he's a sea dragon. The little seahorse. Okay. My bobbin's gonna run out soon. Won't let that happen, will we? No. No, we won't. Alright, so far so good. It wasn't too bad. I want to say that I think I spent less time than I usually would by doing it this way. It's still tedious. It's still time consuming, but I can't really think of another way that's easier when I'm setting a certain length into a section like this. So, let's see how we came out. Usually I'm very pleased with the reveal of a gathered skirt like this, so I'm gonna bring myself back up here. Let's see what this looks like. I'm also trimming off like the long parts. All of this is gonna get trimmed anyway. What am I doing? I need to overlock it. All right, reveal time. Here's the lining. Nice, 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 nice. That's satisfying, isn't it? I like it. So yeah, that's the lining. This is gonna get serged. So nicely done. Yes, it looks very nice. It's very satisfying, like I said. I do appreciate the patience is worth it. If you got this nice gather like this is super nice. Yeah. Well, it's coming out okay. Means I have to do it on this side too. What time is it? TNT is my standard OP, but now I've learned lots of better ways to tweak it. I do have to go over that T and treadle pattern, don't I? I really, really do. Really do. You know what? I am curious. Let me see if I could pull it up here. Sewing instructions. Okay. No, I have to like download it. Alright, I'm looking at the sewing instructions for this T and treadle. Yeah, okay. Susie Q, OP. This particular pattern is in a large 1X, 2X, and 3X, which I do want to go over how to also grade up an otome no sewing pattern using the exact same measurements. I still have to experiment with this, but I'm pretty sure that my theory in my head is somewhat correct, and if you just draft all 3 sizes that is in the book, and then you take the differences of those measurements and you apply it to the next size, and then the next size after that, and next size after that, then you'll eventually just get a grade up. Because those increments go up at the same format and the same formula as any grading. So by that standard, you should be able to grade just by using the difference between those sizes, in theory. I'll have to do this myself to make sure that this is the case. But okay, so here we go. So I'm looking at the sizes and the way that these are patterned. And so, okay, looking at the front bib, there's a pleat. Is it on the fold? Is it something that opens? Hold up. It just looks decorative. So you have options of 2 different views. It has sleeves attached to it. Huh. Neat. Okay, so it looks just decorative. It doesn't look functional. Weird, weird. Optional waist ties. I would make them removable. Just put a button and put a buttonhole just like this. Buttonhole on the waist tie and a button on the side. So you can have the option of no waist ties if you want to. Collar. Hold line. Opening. Opening for what? This is the cuff. Gather. Sleeves. I don't know. Oh, so it has pockets. That's what that's for, right? We went over how to do the pockets. I did do that. Then a zipper. Measure does not go between the stops. You actually make sure that your zipper is longer than the opening of your zipper on your dress. So you always want to make sure that your zipper is longer than the opening on the dress. You don't measure it from the stop to the top or from both stops. You always go above the stop on the bottom. So that's silly. Also, don't close your skirt when you're putting in a zipper. You want to put in the zipper first, then close your skirt. I have problems with these instructions. It's a rectangular cuff. Yeah. I want to add a placket to use as a blouse start, but the sleeve pattern is symmetrical. The sleeve pattern should not be symmetrical. The bell of the sleeve should be longer on one side than on the other because of the way that the armhole works for your back versus your front. Your front is always going to have a more pronounced swoop than on the back. So by that means the bell of the sleeve will be a little longer on the back side than on the front side. That's why they're both clearly marked with 2 notches for the back and 1 for the front. You don't want to mix those up because otherwise it's not going to fit in right. So yeah, there's work to be done. There's work to be done on that project. Okay. Now it is time to do the same thing that I did. So this is the top. I already put my pockets in there. They look very nice. Pockets are so fun. Those look so good. Okay, I'm going on the top. Also, I need to mark my center. Mark your center. Mark your center. So I'm taking my center panel. I'm just folding it in half and finding the center of that so that I can start and stop my gathering stitches. Right there. I tweaked it to add just a zipper on the bodice, like 7 to 9 inches. Ooh, no, you do want to go past the waistline. If you have a dress like that, you need to go past the waistline so that you can make sure all your proportions fit in through that hole. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Add just a zipper on the bodice. Yeah, no, you need to have a longer zipper. Also, I need water. Okay, where was I? Oh, hello again, Oscar. Hello. Glad you could make it back. We're putting on this dress now. We just did the lining. Oh, so tired. Oh, yeah. I really want to see how much I can get done today. I don't want to give up. Every time I do like one skirt and I'm looking at the next one that I have to put on, I'm like, oh, I'm done for today. I don't want to do this anymore. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Thank you. Trying to do this as quickly as possible, because it's about that time. I need to get this wrapped up and out the door by, I think at the latest, oh god, what day is it now? What day is it right now? Is it the 8th? It's Friday? Let me look at my calendar. Okay, so I think my target goal is have it wrapped up and done by the 12th. So that's next Tuesday. Maybe at the latest on Wednesday, but I do want to just try to push myself here and just get this done. Because I have a ton of things that I am needing to do. I have commissions coming in all the time now, which is great. It's totally cool. It's keeping my lights on. Just as if you subscribe to me, and it's for free if you have Amazon Prime, that also helps out a lot. So if you have Amazon Prime and you're on Twitch, you can subscribe for free to a channel of your choice once per month. And then I get something, and you get something, which is no ads. So that's cool, right? Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there. I forgot the holiday Monday. There's a holiday on Monday? I believe in you! Friday the 8th. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Charmadine. Thank you for your vote of confidence. Always appreciated. Yeah, this goes this way, okay. Alright. My cats have been nowhere to be found today. It's very strange. I think they're just sleeping away the day right now. Do I have... Yes, I do. I marked it. Good job. What holiday is it on Monday, though? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, it's Veterans Day, so I have to prep my husband's dress uniform. Well then. Now that makes sense. Is that it's Canadian? We already had our Veterans Day here, so. Unless I'm confused. Which is entirely possible. I get confused quite often. Okie dokie. I like this song. It's nice and happy. We're doing it, guys. We're doing it. It's the happening. if I should take some time to mention how my commissions work, if anyone's curious. Because right now I've got commissions blocked out through December. And of course I have to stop after a certain point because of the holidays. I can't be working on people's stuff. But if you wanted to commission me, I do set up with you like a certain blocked out time. You can pay in installments. I have that option through PayPal. PayPal invoicing lets me give you the invoice for the full amount, and then you can pay in installments over some time. So there's always that option. You can contact me, through these different channels, or you can also contact me on my blog, which is misscarolbell.wordpress.com. You can do the contact me form. You can find me on Etsy at Belle, and I think that's about it. And then we just pretty much work out what you want, what your size is, send me your measurements, figure out what pattern would be best to use. I love picking out fabric, and I have all the trims, and sometimes I like to buy new trims for a specific project. It's very versatile, and I try to be very accommodating to just about everybody that comes to me when they say, I would like a dress, please. And I'm like, okay. And I don't actually just do dresses. I also do like steampunk outfits and vests and western wear and geez, anything pretty much that you can think of. If there's a pattern for it, I can probably use it, or I can make a pattern to fit your needs. All kinds of stuff. I am a professional. Oh, this is a cool song. I like this one. You are, Melon! Hooray! Yeah, as you mentioned, and I would be happy to accommodate you as well. As it turns out, there's a lot of people that have been interested in commissioning me that like to watch their creation being made, which I thought was super cool. There's a lot of interest for that, apparently. Didn't I? Did I do that again? No, I didn't. That was good. Okay. This is the side seam. Right, y'all. Do you charge more for larger people? What I charge for is the tailoring. So there's a tailoring fee and there's a custom patterning that I have to do. So because it takes time. If I have the pattern and it's the right silhouette, the right shape of everything, and it just needs to be adjusted to one's size, then because it does take time, unfortunately, I do need to charge a little bit more. It's $20 for sizing up a pattern. But other than that, yeah, that's about it. I make sure that I calculate how much fabric to use. So if it requires more fabric than normal, I just charge for the amount of fabric I'd need. You know, as fair as I can make it, considering. Okay, I think I did it on the top again, so this is going to be the string. see. That's perfectly reasonable, and I'd provide the material too. I'm trying to find the perfect one. I see. Well, I mean, if you're finding it in a store, that's one thing. But if you find it online, it doesn't make sense to have it sent to you and then sent to me. So just keep that in mind. Ugh. Maybe I'll just be safe and pick a solid. That's cool. Okay. Where am I here? My nose, my nose. Yeah, I'd have it sent to you, especially since the shipping would be kinder. Yeah, that makes sense. I know that there are a lot of people out there that think they're doing me a favor by ordering the fabric for me, and that's kind of not the case. So there's been a few people recently too that like, I don't know if they think it's gonna save them a buck or something by saying I'll provide the fabric for you, and I'm like, you don't need to do that. You know, just tell me the fabric that you like and I'll order everything at the same time so that I can know what to expect, and I'll get the invoice and all that stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what people are thinking. It's also not, it's not done. It's just not done. When the time comes, let me know. Sure thing. Well, you let me know. 'Cause I can schedule something ahead of time. If you just want to talk about an idea, and we can see what my blocking looks like. just bring me stuff and say what they want the few times I've done it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's usually not the way I've experienced how a client relationship with a maker usually goes. Like, you tell me your idea, you said you found this fabric. Usually I like to be in control of the ordering of the fabric, because maybe I might have a deal with the supplier, or if the supplier has a specific like, if you buy a certain amount you'll get a certain amount off, that sort of thing. So, and I can then buy enough of whatever it is that I need to get a discount on shipping or free shipping, and then I'll have something for another project that I might have in mind. So, you know, things like that. But usually in my experience and what I've learned in school, the person that is hired to make something is the one in charge of sourcing the materials. That makes sense. You also want to be sure of quality. Exactly. So I can look at the breakdown of what the fiber content is of the material, and take close-up looks at or zoomed in looks to the swatches to see what the weave is like, get a sense of what I might be expecting when I receive the fabric. Or if I could determine it ahead of time, figure out that fabric is probably not a good choice. Because a lot of sometimes maybe somebody will find some print that's really, really cute, and they don't read the part that it's a jersey, or that it's fleece or flannel, and I'm like, that's great and all, but that's not going to work for the thing that you want. Like with this client, I had to be absolutely sure they understood about the satin they were ordering. And I meant, you sure you want to do this out of satin? And he's like, yes, I'm absolutely sure. So, okay. So long as you're absolutely sure this is going to be satin, it's going to be shiny. So, yes, that is exactly what I wanted. Okay. So that's what we did. You don't want someone to bring bargain bin broadcloth and expect miracles. Exactly. Yeah, so you get me. You feel me. You understand what I'm saying. Or, geez, sometimes the print itself might be god-awful, and I have to convince them. They're like, I don't think this is going to work for the aesthetic that you're wanting. Let's see if we can find something else. Because, you know, not a lot of people took color theory as a class either. Well, I'm glad you guys are sticking with me. I know that this is not the most exciting thing in the world. Ah, come back! But it's gonna be great when I finally get this off of the machine and I get to show you what this dress is gonna look like once it's put together. I wonder if I can do something. I'm gonna try a method here. Wrap this around my finger. See if that works. Huh, okay, well maybe that's something I can do. Keep this taut and keep it from undoing itself. It's already done. It's stitched down right here at the end, and I'm holding the other end of this loose pull string, and I wrapped it around my finger like I'm flossing, you know, flossing, and I wrapped it around it, I'm holding now, and so that's not going to go anywhere. It's stretched out to the length of bodice that it's attached to. Let's see if we can get you down here so you can see what I'm talking about. You see any of what I'm doing here? I got this. Bye, Charmadine. Thanks for coming. So, okay, I got this drawstring wrapped around here, and I'm making sure that I don't want this to unravel anymore on the end. So it's keeping it nice and taut and steady, and I'm using this hand to straighten these ruffles that I'm putting in here. And I'm using my fingers like this. Straightening here. It's keeping it pretty nice and straight. Going to work? Okay, have a good time at work. Oh yeah, thanks. See you later. Losing a little bit. After figuring that out, I wonder if I can do that faster. Let's see. So what I did is, jammed my thumb. So I'm going to wrap this around my finger, like this, and just kind of let it go all the way until it stretches out to this section that I'm putting it into. I kind of like this song. I don't know why though. So what I have to do, okay, so think of what I have to do first is make sure that this end is tacked down. I need this. I need this thing that fell in here. Alright. Tack that down, a little ruffle. Okay. So now that that is kind of down, I'm going to lift this up and use this same thing that I was doing. Keep it from escaping on that end. Okay. Maybe yes, no? I'm trying to come up with a method here to put this down. There needs to be a method to my madness. Okay. Try again. Not as fast as I had wanted it to be, but at least it's getting done. Really? Oh, why is gathering so hard? Why must it vex me so? It vexes me. I'm terribly vexed. Should that be another emote? It vexes me. Oh my god. I think I'm definitely gonna need a break after I'm done putting in this skirt. Even though I said what I did. Thanks for holding on, guys. Thank you for sticking around. I'm sorry. Let's get you back up there. Okay. Cut off these little things. It's all gonna get overlocked anyway. Because reasons. I know. Just trying to get this done. Alright, let's take a look here. Let's get up. Up, I say. There we go. Okay. Hey, did I take this out? Just pulling off these drawstring threads. Alright, putting this down. Oh my god, I need my table back. Not bad though. Everybody have plans for the weekend or what? I don't. I'm a stay inside kind of person. Okay, did I get all of my pins here? Reveal time. Let's see, we got that part. Cute. I got my label in there. I'm feeling good about this. That is shiny. Very shiny. Oh no, I need to fix some of these things. Gosh, curse you, satin! Just need to go back in there and fix these little tongues sticking out at me. But in any case, has this. Let's get her up on the dress form, see what it looks like. Okay. Bringing Clementine over here. Actually, she doesn't actually have a name. Maybe we should name her. Should we name the dress form? Let's name the dress form something interesting. Coquette. Interesting. You do not want to see the back. I mean, it's gonna get some help here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some swing tacks right on the side to keep this belt down. But right now it's just so slippery. It's coming up off the waist seam. So yeah, that is a shiny Otome dress. That's actually pretty cute right there. Pretty cute. It's growing on me. I think it's growing on me. What do you think? Needs some pressing, but I gotta get these little tongues out. little seam tongues. But yeah, it's the same one that you've seen come up on my slideshow. Just now in this purple plaid. This was of course supposed to be a little more centered. Like that. And yeah. So I'm gonna take a break for the weekend. I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna go ahead and ruminate on this and see what else I need to do for this. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today, and everybody who was here. If you're watching the video on demand later on, thank you for also watching my rerun. I hope we can catch you live next time. And thank you so much for new follows, all those new people following me. That is amazing. Every time I get that little dingy ding ding, I'm like, what's going on? There's another follow, and I get so excited. So yeah, so it's gonna be weekend time, which means D&D on Sunday, which I don't broadcast, but that does happen. Then Monday's my long day, and then I'll be back on Tuesday. No dentist appointment this time, so I'm gonna be back on schedule, I promise. So we'll see you next time. And you'll catch me on Discord and you'll see me on my blog. So bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.